Hi everyone, Karen from Stitches and Things. A quick little video on how to make this little row of bobbles. So this is our textured throw kit. It's about 1 metre by 1.20 m. It is beautiful, soft, fiddlestick superb 8 anti-pilling acrylic. You can buy the kit for this. But if you think it's too hard, don't panic, because I've just made a short little video on how to do the little bobbles. The rest are just rows of knit or purl, and then you have this 2-row that creates this gorgeous little texture. Here's my little sample done in giant. So that will get you going if you're a bit worried about tackling this kit. If you're a newer knitter, this is quite simple, and there's some variations as well on your pattern. So have a go at the painted ripples, good golly, textured throw kit. Okay, first pattern row. It's with the yarn at the back, which it is. I'm working with a pink one with the yarn at the back. Slip one, purl ways. There we go. And then we are going to knit one, purl one, knit one into the same stitch. So that's knit one. Yeah, that's right. Knit one. Leave it on there. Now we have to bring our yarn to the front because we're going to purl. Going to leave it on there. We're going to make to the back, and then we're going to knit it. And then we're going to slip one with the yarn at the back, and we're going to do the same thing again. We are going to knit one, leave it on there, bring the yarn to the front, purl one, and then we're going to knit one again. There we go. Slip one. And we're going to do that bobble. So this is going to make the bobble. So what's going to happen is I've just made a whole lot of extra stitches, and when we come back in a minute, we are going to dump all those extra stitches. Knit, leave it on, bring it to the front because we need to have it at the front to purl. Purl my stitch. I think I might have split the yarn then. Bring it to the back, knit it, slip a stitch. Always slip your stitches purlways so you don't twist them. Unless your pattern tells you otherwise, it should be always purlways. All right, and then we're going to knit, purl, having trouble staying in shot, and knit into the same stitch. This is a very common way of making bobbles, but quite often once you've done this, you actually turn and purl back, turn and knit back, turn, so you're making extra. But these are only tiny bobbles. They're just miniature bobbles. Slip one, and I'm going to knit. And I'm using giant yarn so we can see what's going on, and needles that don't have a great deal of slide, but it's slip one. I'm just going to knit the last stitch in this case because I've got an extra stitch because I didn't cast on enough. So when we turn around, so there we go, a whole lot of extra stitches, and you can see our slipped stitches, so our colours coming up from the row below. So the next one is, so we've got the pink again. So this time it says with the yarn in the front, whoops, with the yarn in the front we're going to slip one stitch, which should be the same stitch that we slipped before. And then we are going to slip one, knit two together, knit two together. Hold on, there's a small problem here. I will redress that in a minute once I have once I've done this, because and pass the slip stitched over. That was your stitch that we slipped. So then we are going to, with the yarn in the front, slip a stitch. So our yarn is here at the front. There's our little bobble there. It's a bit messy in this yarn. But our next stitch is a slip stitch, and we have to have that back in this position. Otherwise we can't purl, we can't knit two together for our next stitch. Hold on. So that's, put that up in there, knit two together, pass our slip stitch over. So we started off making 1 stitch into 3, and now we've made 3 stitches back into them with the yarn in the front, slip 1. If we don't have our yarn in the front, when we slip a stitch, then that yarn will come across here like a little collar, which could be a decorative move, but that's not what we're aiming for here. There's your little bobbles. All right, let's do that again. So we've slipped our stitch. We're going to put it back into our knitting position. We are going to slip a stitch purlways. We are going to knit these 2 mutant looking stitches together. There we have it. Knit them together. Then we're going to pass that slip stitch over. So what we've done is a double decrease. Bring the yarn to the front, slip a stitch, put it back to where it came from, slip a stitch, knit 2 together. Mutant looking things. Knit 2 together, pass a slip stitch over, yarn in the front, slip a stitch, put the yarn back, slip a stitch, knit 2 together, pass a slip stitch over, yarn at the front, slip a stitch, and for me in this case I am going to knit my last stitch. So what I have now is a cute bobble row. So that is how simple that little stitch is there. Now some of these look a bit mutant. I have got very chunky yarn, not very slippery needles, and these needles are too big for this yarn. This is not the recommended size. These are a 9mm. This yarn I should be working with a 6 or a 6.5 or something like that. So the needles are too big for the yarn, so it is a little bit sloppy, but that does give you an idea how that stitch works. It's really quite simple. This pattern has they're 2 pattern rows. It has 14 rows that are 12 are either knit or purl, and then you have row 13, which is creating the extra stitches, and row 14 that's getting rid of them, and then it's knit and purl from there. So it gives a great little texture. I mean, that's a pretty little pattern to put in anything really, and it's quite simple. So that is the bobbles to go in your textured throw.